Spain have rigged their way into the World Cup final. How is that first foul a penalty? He didn't even see Yamal when he was coming, and he just played the ball and his leg touched Yamal. How is that a penalty? Spain is the new Argentina, rigging their way into World Cup finals. What's the meaning of this? Look at the number of fouls that they were doing to Tchouameni, doing to Mbappe. That ball that Yamal slide Mbappe, is that not a yellow card? Why didn't they give Yamal a yellow card in this match? Is that not a yellow card? If you believe all this rubbish that I just finished saying now, you need Kane. You need Kane in your life. You need Kane. You need flogging. What a absolute cinematic masterclass by Spain in this match. Come on. From the beginning, look, I think the first 10 minutes was still a little bit shaky from Spain. France starting with the high press, pushing. But as the ball gradually grew into, as the ball grew into the game, and at the 15 minutes, 20 minutes, Spain were on top. A lot of good players playing for Spain and knowing how to play this possession football. I think that was where they had the edge against France. What a marvelous game. If somebody... See, I said this thing. There was a time I was arguing with one of my guys. I told him this thing, that Spain and France, it's not by attack. He was saying, see, there's no how you play against France that you will not score one goal. And I was like, no. Have a decent midfield. You see, France, if not that Portugal don't know how to advance, they don't know how to play forward passes. Portugal, the same way Spain dominated this midfield against France, that's the same way Portugal will dominate. It's just that Portugal will just dominate and not know how to do anything up front. They will not know how to do anything up front. That's Portugal. But they would have dominated the same France team, the same French team. From start to finish, total domination. Oh, respect to Spain. Lamine Yamal, the best winger in the world at the moment. This guy is fearless, jumping in on tackles. Olise, what is wrong with you now? Today was the day you were supposed to show us Olise today. Since you have been playing lower teams, now you are playing a top 4 ranked team. You were supposed to show us why you are one of the best wingers. I totally felt like Olise was nowhere in the first half, especially in the midfield. Olise played 10 today and he was nowhere. That midfield was too physical for Olise. There was nothing Olise could do in this match. Mbappe tried, but no way. A couple of fouls on Mbappe, though, that I feel like the referee should have called and given cards, but it was still, the referee had a good game today. This was a very good game today. There was no bias anywhere, and Spain came out on top, even without having proper finishers. No. If you want to win a football match, the midfield is very, very important. What went wrong for France today? I think, personally, starting Bakula ahead of Dou and Rabiot ahead of Kone. So if you truly wanted to play Tchouameni in this match, playing Tchouameni is okay, but Manu Kone, when you look at the lineups, look at Spanish line, and you know that those attackers in Spain, those guys are not necessarily attackers. So Spain overload the midfield. That was why France, it's not like man to man, with Rodri, with Luis, with Dani Olmo. France were no match. But you see that other guy playing wing, I don't know what is that his name, I've forgotten. The 9, and Yamal, those guys are as good as midfielders, so they overchoke that midfield. The midfield was too, and second half, that was when the coach started making things right. He took off Olise, he brought in Kone, and you would see that he took off Rabiot for Kone. That was when Spain had less penetration. I think that was the very, very costly mistake. Bakula had a lot of chances first half, but Bakula was just, Bakula is wasteful. Spain, they were sitting deep and playing out also. Sometimes they do the high press. So you know that you need someone like Do, someone that is very skillful. I think the Judges Champs, this French coach, he got it wrong today. And congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to Spain. My man of the match for this match, I'll give the man of the match to Rodri, because I think he controlled that midfield. Even Poro in the wings was, you see, that second goal was excellent, and Poro too did a very good job stopping Mbappe, stopping Bakola, stopping Duo until eventually they took him off for injury. That guy is so good. Manchester United, can you sign that Poro? Sign that guy away from Tottenham. He's too good. That guy is too good, oh. Congratulations to Spain. For the ratings today, my ratings are French goalkeeper Malcolm. There's nothing much he could have done. The penalty, he tried his best. He followed the ball, but he couldn't just catch it. The guy just, he's about that played that penalty. He just came there with nothing else in his mind than to just play it there and score with power, precision. He just came there and just played it. So there was nothing. He didn't come there to, make a fool of himself with the penalty. He just came, he meant business. I'm sure that's why Lamine Yamal didn't take that penalty. And he delivered. Wonderful penalty. So Michael, there was nothing he could do. Another thing again that happened to France that made France lose this match was Saliba. The moment they took off Saliba, Saliba had, all through this tournament, he also had that midfield presence, that defensive presence, covering up for Upamecano. He's very strong with his tackles. I'm not sure that pass should have dropped if it was Saliba that blocked that ball. So Saliba was a very big blow when the moment he went to the ground and he left this and they took him off from the match. Saliba, I knew that France were in deep shit, and at that time they were already leading France 1-0. I knew this was not a good sign. So Saliba was also a very big loss for France. To the defense, for my ratings, Maicon, I think I'll just give Maicon he tried one or two times. I think I'll just give Maicon a 6.0. Saliba, he went off. I'll give him a 5.0. Nothing much until he went off. Just control. He went off very early. I'll give Saliba a 5.0. I'll give Upamecano a 6.0. He was just there. He tried his best, but his best was not enough. Digne, I think Digne was the worst France player in today's match. Digne alongside Bakula. That left wing was in shambles from the beginning of the match to the ending of the match. That left wing was nowhere to be found. Digne, I'll give him a 5.0. Bakula, I'll give him a 5.2. One or two take-ons, but he couldn't do anything useful with the ball. Right back, Kone. What's his name? Kunde. He tried his best. That's the best he can do. He cannot kill himself. He tried his. I'll give Kunde a 6. To the midfield, Tchouameni, I think I'll give Tchouameni a 6.2. I'll give Rabiot a 5.5. He was nowhere to be found in that first half until they took him off. Manu Kone came on for him, and I'll give Kone a 6.0 also. He just tried his best. There was nothing much he could do. Olise was nowhere to be found in this match also. He couldn't just penetrate. I'll give Olise a 5.8. Olise was bad in this match, and I don't know why Olise, whenever he comes to big matches, he tends to go under the radar. Olise, put your body now. Put your body for game. Let your presence be felt. Like, look at Mbappe. Olise, when he comes to big matches, you're like felele. Any small thing you want, they fall. Olise. Olise 5.8. Dembele tried his best, nothing much, 6.0. I think the best player in today's match was Mbappe. You could tell that he was the only one trying to make things happen. I'll give Mbappe a 6.5 in this match. Dembele, I'll give him a 6.2. Cheki came in, he didn't do anything much. What's his name? Duo came. Put Duo. Even Duo came in too. Nothing much. I think as at the time, France has already lost momentum. For Spain, the man of the match should be between Rodri, Puro, and Yamal. Those were three Spain's best players. So either of them, I'll be fine with it. I know they want to give it to Yamal because that Yamal looks like they are pushing him now, just like the way they used to push Messi. The way they have been pushing Messi, that's the way they are pushing this Yamal. So it's all good. I think Spain had a good game. Their midfield, they were okay, and their substitutes was fine. Congratulations to Spain once again, and we'll be waiting for the second semi-final between Argentina and England. Hopefully, England. I think at the moment, I would genuinely want England to win the World Cup. I mean, let it just come on. Let it touch their hands. It's been a very long time England laid their hands on that trophy. And with the caliber of players now, my boy Kobe Maino there in the squad, I want him to lift the World Cup. To be a beautiful thing to see Kobe Maino doing. And if you stayed and watched this video to the end, thank you so much for watching. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel.